Haiti became the world's first black republic after waging a successful slave rebellion against the French. This led to the country gaining its independence in 1804. A huge portion of Haiti's success in the slave rebellion is due in part to the ceremony that took place at Bois Cayman, which is where the insurrection was planned and a voodoo ceremony ensued. In 1806, an assassination attempt on Jean-Jacques Dessalines was successful, plunging the country into chaos. There wasn't a single week that went by that didn't make mention of Haiti in the newspapers. Haiti was being discussed in every state congress. By default, Haiti became synonymous with rebellion and stood as a threat to white supremacy and the pro-slavery South. White America feared that Haiti's success would without a doubt inspire and give hope to an imagined future of emancipation and liberation for Black Americans in the West. And this was an issue. And so it was during the U.S. occupation in 1915 that Catholic and Christian missionaries made a concerted effort to demonize Haitian spiritual practices. One of the ways they chose to do this by disseminating misinformation about Haitian voodoo. Haiti's history in 1915 was defined by extreme political turmoil and the start of a long U.S. military occupation. Key events included the violent death of President Vilbrun Guillaume Sam, the landing of U.S. Marines in Port-au-Prince, and the takeover of the nation's financial and political systems. Presidential instability. In the 5 years leading up to 1915, Haiti had 7 presidents who were either forced out or killed, the tipping point. In July 1915, an angry mob lynched Haitian President Jean Vilbrun Guillaume Sam after he ordered the execution of political prisoners. On July 28, 1915, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson ordered U.S. Marines to land at Port-au-Prince. Between 1804 and 1920, Haiti transitioned from a triumphant, newly independent nation into a country crippled by foreign financial coercion, internal civil wars, and a military invasion by the United States. Following the Haitian Revolution, the world's first free black republic faced severe global isolation from slave-holding superpowers, laying the groundwork for a highly turbulent century. In 1820, there was a reunification following Christophe's suicide. Jean-Pierre Boyer successfully unified the North and South under a single republic. Through 1821 to 1822 was the annexation of Santo Domingo. President Boyer invaded and annexed the neighboring Spanish colony of Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo got its independence from Spain in 1821. By 1822, Haiti got control of the whole island. 1825 called for the ransom for freedom, which was desperate for international trade and recognition. President Boyer signed an agreement with France. Under the threat of French warships, Haiti agreed to pay 150 million francs to compensate former French slave owners. In 18 Dominican independence, after 22 years of Haitian rule, nationalist forces in Santo Domingo revolted, leading to the creation of the independent Dominican Republic. The Second Empire between 1849 through 1859. Faustin Soulouque, a former slave and military leader, was elected president, but quickly declared himself Emperor Faustin III. His regime featured multiple failed attempts to reconquer the Dominican Republic before he was deposed. In 1862, the United States finally granted diplomatic recognition to Haiti during the American Civil War under President Abraham Lincoln, decades after its independence. Between 1800 and 1920, the spiritual significance of Haiti transformed from a beacon of black liberation and ancestral reclamation into a highly contested symbol of anti-colonial resistance and Western vilification. Anchored deeply by Haitian voodoo, the country's spiritual landscape served as both the foundational backbone of the newly born black nation and a primary target for external imperial powers. Haitian voodoo originated between the 16th and 18th centuries on the Caribbean island of Hispaniola, then the brutal French slave colony of Saint-Domingue. Its creation was an act of survival and identity preservation. The African roots. Enslaved people were stripped from various West and Central African ethnic groups, including the Fon, Iwe, Yoruba, and Congo peoples. The word voodoo itself comes from the Fon and Iwe languages, meaning spirit or divine presence. Haitian voodoo is a complex, syncretic African diasporic religion that served as the spiritual, cultural, and political backbone of Haiti. In the 1800s, it transitioned from an underground tool of slave resistance into the dominant, unifying belief system of the newly independent Black Republic. The Catholic cover, French colonial law forced enslaved Africans to be baptized into Roman Catholicism and banned traditional African religions under penalty of torture or death. To survive, practitioners merged their traditions with Catholic elements. They used images of Catholic saints as masks for their own spirits. Loi. For instance, Papa Legba, the guardian of the crossroads, was synchronized with St. Peter, the keeper of the keys. When and where did magic begin? In the Quran, the reference to magic is found in Surah Al-Baqarah, which tells the story of Prophet Suleiman and the two angels Harut and Marut, who were sent to Babylon to test people's faith. They taught people magic, but warned them that it was a test and that practicing magic would lead to disbelief. Despite this warning, some individuals chose to practice and learn black magic, leading them astray from the path of righteousness. The beginning of black magic was with the separation of men and women. Out of greed and personal gain, people practiced this spiritual practice, or simply to achieve certain goals. All this is practiced ultimately due to a lack of faith. In the modern day, this practice is a profession and a job title for spiritual practitioners. The word around the spiritual community is that awful acts of disbelief is what it takes for the jinn to do their part of the contract. So, all in all, what is black magic, and how do we protect ourselves from black magic? Black magic is always a contract between the magician and a supposed jinn, or what in Christianity could be considered demons, fallen angels, principalities, whatever label you want to give it, because at the end of the day, they are free from the kingdom of darkness. We cannot understand it because we cannot see the jinn doing the work. So in our world, it seems to be supernatural. Is there a difference between the terms of black magic? No matter the terms, they all fall under the definition of black magic.